Hi, yo, welcome back to the Astrology 33 channel. This is your April 2024 tarot reading. Thanks to those of you who liked, viewed, shared, and subscribed to the channel. I appreciate all of that. For those of you new to the channel, as well as what we have in front of us, the Celtic Cross spread as always, and also pull the 4 agreements and Wisdom of the Oracle card for you guys. We're actually going to start the reading off by rolling those astrology guys we have in front of us to get an idea of where your focus should be as far as that goes. Alright, so we have 12 and 12th house energy for you guys is Cancer. Astrologically speaking, it's going to be quiet there this month, but in general, 12th house points to spirituality, blind spots, and mental health. Alright, we have Uranus, and Uranus is actually in Taurus, which is your 10th house of career and social status. And we have Aries, so makes sense to see this come up as far as we'll be in Aries season for the first few weeks of April. We're going to have a new moon eclipse in Aries and also Mercury retrograde in Aries. We've had Chiron there for some time, so yeah, definitely going to be a lot going on with the Aries energy this month. So with all that out of the way, we'll get started with the main spread. Alright, in the main situation position, we have the King of Cups, Scorpio energy, and challenging that, we have the Three of Swords, Libra energy. So, this could be playing out a few different ways. It could just be saying that maybe within your family environment or home environment, there could be someone who might have recently hurt your feelings, but for whatever reason, you haven't felt comfortable enough to communicate that to this person. If not that, could just be saying that maybe you're even just holding back feelings in general around the situation, right? Could be toward anyone or around any situation, but it could just be saying that through holding those feelings in, that could actually be causing more harm than good in the long run. All right, in the foundation position, we have the Seven of Cups. This is more Scorpio energy here. It could just be saying that maybe that's part of why you are hesitant to communicate around the situation, because part of you might still be second guessing if you're even understanding and seeing the situation clearly, right? So there could be some self-doubt that you have going on right now that maybe as you're looking at things from a different angle, like, okay, is what they said really, did I interpret it correctly, right? Or did I feel out the situation correctly? So there could be a little bit of doubt around your part that could be why you're not comfortable coming forward to communicate around the situation just yet. All right, in the past position, we have the moon. So yeah, this could just be pointing to the feeling of confusion that we just mentioned there as well. And usually when I see the moon come up, I think about the major lunar cycles that are taking place within that time period. So given that this is the recent past, maybe for some of you this is talking back to the Pisces new moon that we had recently. And if not, could just be saying upcoming, of course, we're going to have the full moon in Libra. And then in the month of April, we're going to have that new moon eclipse in Aries. And then toward the end of the month, we'll have another full moon in Scorpio. So let's be on the lookout for that, especially given all the Scorpio energy we're seeing in the spread. So in the present position, we actually have the Five of Cups. So yeah, again, I feel like there's a sense of disappointment, right? Feeling like maybe something that you thought was going to go one way might have gone completely south in a manner that you wouldn't have necessarily expected and you weren't necessarily prepared for. But again, like I said, I feel like there's a reluctance on your part to speak about your feelings around the situation just yet. All right, and in your future position, we have the Five of Wands. So this is Leo energy here. And yeah, it could just be saying that eventually, whatever the situation is, it's going to come out anyway, right? And if it comes out in this way, it might be a less comfortable way than you would ideally want to see. Now, given that we haven't officially had that Libra full moon yet, that might even be as soon as then, because it is going to be a full moon eclipse in your third house communication. But then I'll also remind you of the fact that there is going to be a Mercury retrograde in Aries as well, so there could definitely be some room for miscommunications in general in the air this month, but be on the lookout for that. All right, in the position of your influence in the situation, we have the Eight of Pentacles. So yeah, to me this says that you will most likely at least attempt to just put more of your focus towards your work, right? Maybe if not your day-to-day work, if you have some kind of a side project that you like to do from time to time, you might really just be tuning more into that energy to try to, keep your mind away from this situation, right? And maybe you might feel like that might help ground you a little bit too, to where eventually you will get to the point where you feel more comfortable around were you seeing the situation clearly or not. In the environment position, we have judgment. So yeah, to me, this says that whatever the situation is, it looks like it's going to come back up anyway, right? So even if you do try to avoid it for whatever reason, right? Even if you try to second guess it and say, well, maybe I wasn't seeing the situation clearly, I feel like it's going to keep coming back to the forefront this month. And like we said, that would make sense given the intensity of the astrological environment, given the eclipses that we talked about, the Mercury retrograde, right? So makes sense in that regard. And I should also mention that technically I also view this as another energy of Scorpio as well. So lots of Scorpio energy playing out here. Okay, in the hopes or fears position, we have the Ace of Wands. So yeah, well, maybe for some of you there might be a hope of a fresh start, but I feel for some of you it's more of a fear around that, right? So maybe there's a fear around letting a situation go, right? Again, around communicating it. So for a lot of you, I feel like while this would normally play out as more of a hope, it might be a fear for some of you. All right, and in the outcome position, we have the Two of Pentacles. So Capricorn energy here. So yeah, this could just be saying that, again, this isn't normally a way I would interpret this card, but seeing the back turned to the water there, right? So if we think of water as representing emotions, and we see the really intense waves in the background, right? It could just be saying that you might really just, again, insist on focusing more on your work, your day to day routines, and avoiding looking at this emotional situation from the past. All right, and bottom of the deck, we have the Wheel of Fortune. So this is actually Jupiter energy, which, to be fair, this actually is in your 10th house of career and social status right now. It actually will be making a conjunction with Uranus, so there might actually be some positive momentum within your career sector, but at the same time, it might even be saying that for some of you, if that's causing a bit of a blockage for you, you might really need to look at that in order to capitalize on those opportunities. All right, moving on to your Four Agreements card, we have be impeccable with your word. Let's see if we get that to focus. There we go. And it says, enjoy heaven on earth. Okay, it says, impeccability of the word can lead you to personal freedom, success, and abundance. You can attain the kingdom of heaven from this one agreement. Be impeccable with your word. So interesting message there, right? Because like we said, you're about to have that full moon in Libra, which is your third house communication. And then we talked about the Mercury retrograde as well, right? And like we said, it seems like there's something that you've been reluctant to communicate around, and it seems to be causing more harm than good at this time. So hopefully that message resonated with you. All right. And from the Wisdom of the Oracle, we have Unfinished Symphony. There's the artwork, and the number is 10. So interesting that this is 10, and so is the Wheel of Fortune, because that makes me think of what I was saying as far as maybe this situation is causing a blockage for you guys, and once you clear that out, that could actually open you up to more opportunities. So we'll see what it has to say, though. Okay, central meanings. It says unfinished business, an incomplete lesson, lack of closure, the need to make amends. The Oracle's message. This is a time to tie up loose ends as you near the completion of a cycle or project and mastery of a lesson or skill. Before we can move forward, it's important that you come to terms with where you are now. Practice radical acceptance. Take inventory so that emotional and psychological closure can occur and the answers you seek will be found. You can't move forward if you're leaving things unfinished. Reflect on what has passed so that the symphony can finally end on a high note. So yeah, definitely a positive message there, and seems to support what we were discussing in general with the main spread, so hopefully that resonated. The relationship message says moving on is difficult when love lingers, things are left unsaid, and you haven't had the opportunity for closure in your relationship and in your heart. You can still feel bound up in relationships when closure is denied you. It's important to achieve this for yourself. Write that letter, make that call, or have that conversation over a cup of coffee. For peace of mind, accept matters as they are, make amends if need be, and declare your feelings if only to yourself. Be clear about what was left unresolved, and close the door on the past so you can set yourself free. Only then can new love blossom. So yeah, we'll pause the message there as well. For a lot of you, this didn't necessarily play out as a romantic situation when I was going through the main spread, but for some of you, if that is how this energy is playing out, because like we said, it did look like there's something emotionally involved there and a lack of communication. But if that's the case, hopefully that resonated with you. All right, and the prosperity message says make sure you complete projects now before starting new ones. Perhaps you have created something special that will increase your sense of abundance and bring you opportunities for wealth. However, if you don't see it through, it won't add up to anything but more clutter. Now is the time to put your nose to the grindstone and complete the tasks that have accumulated. Pay your bills, sign the documents, do your filing, hand in an assignment, complete a work of art. Tie up loose ends so you can move forward with surety, knowing you're on the prosperous path and feeling refreshed and excited about the future. So yeah, definitely a positive message here as well. Like I said, especially having that Jupiter and Uranus energy meeting up in your 10th house, that could be positive. And usually when you do have Mercury retrogrades, it's not the ideal time to start anything brand new anyway, but wrapping things up could definitely be timely, especially given that you have eclipses going on as well. So hopefully that resonates with you guys. Wrap up there, and we'll see you all next month. All right, bye.